Hi guys, my name's Sarah. I work with the mammals here at Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary. I'm going to talk to you about our bats today. So there's reasons why the bats are visiting our communities, and that's to feed. They're feeding on flowering trees and shrubs, helping to pollinate these plants as well. They're really important to our garden. You want to have a beautiful garden? Encourage the bats. Plant some food species, things like grevilleas, callistemons, they absolutely adore.
Hi, my name's Beck and I'm one of the mammal keepers here at Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary. Flying foxes go where the food is. This means if flying foxes are visiting your area, your plants are thriving and the bats have arrived to regenerate the bushland in your local community.
Hi, my name's Michael Pine. I'm the senior vet here at Currumbin Wildlife Hospital. Flying foxes are an absolutely crucial part of the Australian ecosystem. They're crucial as pollinators of our eucalyptus forests, and they're unique in that they're long distance pollinators. Of course, you've got your insects, your bees that are able to pollinate locally, but flying foxes can fly long distances and really spread the genetics and really pollinate our eucalyptus forests. And without the flying foxes, there would be massive problems in many years to come through poor pollination of our eucalyptus forests. And of course, if the eucalyptus forests aren't there, many native wildlife will suffer, including our koalas, which always come front of mind. You know, the flying foxes rely very heavily on the nectars and the fruits out there in the eucalyptus forests, and many were coming into our hospital simply dehydrated and starving, and deaths happen, and a lot of young flying foxes come through the carer networks and through the wildlife hospitals with their parents having died and the orphans needing to be hand raised. And sadly, it's a problem that's not going away. It's a problem that's, you know, is getting worse almost year on year, and it's having a big impact on our native flying foxes.
Bat dispersals don't work. We've tried it before. It's actually really detrimental to the bats, to the community, to the councils. It costs lots of money, and most of the time it doesn't actually work. It doesn't work for the bats and it doesn't work for us.
There are monitoring programs currently in place that are there to try and understand the distribution, abundance and population trends of flying foxes. There is also research into the biology and behaviour to better understand these animals.
The great majority of flying foxes coming into our wildlife hospital come in as a result of trauma, and in many cases it's a result of getting caught in netting where nets are hung loosely over fruit trees and getting caught in barbed wire. Barbed wire is evil stuff. The level of injuries that we see in flying foxes are horrendous, because it's not just flying foxes, so many of our native wildlife get caught up in it. But fruit netting causes massive issues as well, and really it can be eliminated just through tightly stretching fruit netting so that the flying foxes don't get wrapped up and caught up in it. So it really is an important, I guess, take-home message there, that ideally you just put protection around individual fruit, but if that's not an option and netting is essential, it must be really tightly strung so the flying foxes don't get caught up and don't end up suffering unnecessarily.
So now that you guys know how important the bats are to our Aussie bush and to our Aussie animals,
Help educate others so that way everyone learns how to live with bats in the community.
spend some time observing your local colony. They're absolutely hilarious, funny little creatures. You'd be surprised how entertaining they can be.
Flying foxes are just amazing little guys. They have personalities, they have this warmth about them, and hand raising for the young pups, they crave being close to people, close to somebody. They're very different to hand raising a marsupial such as a koala or a joey macropodal wallaby, and in that they're very happy to hang in a bag and not get close contact with people. Whereas your little bats, they actually really do crave to be close to people, and they actually do a lot better if they're close to people. Their personalities really like that of a dog, and flying foxes really are like flying dogs, and they really do have that kind of personality. And once people get to know flying foxes, you realise how amazing these little guys are, that you can't help but learn to love and learn to bond with.
You can help to educate others in your community about why we want these beautiful flying mammals around. Without the bats, there wouldn't be food on our tables. These guys are our friends, not our foes. Encourage them to be within our space and protect them within their space. They're important.